Sit and Listen Part 1. I've been very reluctant to do this video. When I told a friend my intentions, she said, "Why would they listen to you?" And it bothered me and it set me back. And she had a point. Why would they listen to me? I don't have a PhD, I'm not a doctor, and I don't have a body pumped with steroids. But as I pondered what my friend said, I began to ask myself other questions like, why do we listen to people? Or when do we listen to people? And who do we listen to? I realised that we listen to many fools and charlatans. Despite facts about the COVID vaccine saving lives, we still listen to evil politicians like the governor of Florida, DeSantis, who still, despite the high number of Floridians contracting and dying from COVID, insists that no one should be forced to wear a mask. I really don't think that DeSantis really believes it is okay not to wear masks. He has to be stupid to believe that. I think he's just evil, or perhaps he's both. I'm sure you've listened to Dr. Jordan Peterson. To me, the man is one of the smartest men on the planet, and everyone should be listening to him. He should be placed at the end of the line of great philosophers and sages, like behind Jesus or Gandhi. Not only is he smart, he is right on many of his points. But not everyone listens to him. They actually argue against him. They actually think they have a better point. They don't. Other people listen to get influenced by artists or sports personalities. Many were sad when they heard that Keeping Up with the Kardashians was officially off the air. I happened to watch a few minutes of the show, no more than 4 minutes, on an overseas flight, and it made me want to vomit. It was unwatchable. Yet people listen and follow what the Kardashians are doing. I find them dirty and devoid of any morals. Not only will individuals make a fool of you, there are also companies deceiving you so you listen to them and buy their snake oil. There is a brainathon that claims that they can provide you with brain techniques so that you can let go of your limitations and by doing so increase your income. Mindvalley, selling you more nonsense like explore and ascend through the 4 stages of human consciousness. What 4 stages of human consciousness? Then there's New Life Beauty, peddling ultrasonic fat and cellulite burner. There's also Dr. Julius Schenk, selling a patch, a Hibana patch, that you're to place on your fat rolls, and it will make you lose weight. And last but not least, there is the Muppet from the company UMZU, who is selling you probiotics to get your testicles bigger. I kid you not. Eat probiotics so your testicles can get bigger, and this will make you a better man. If you want to get bigger balls, become responsible, or get a hernia. Then there are those who live in pristine white clouds of ideologies and stupid abstractions. They drink expensive lattes and they don't recognize that their existence contradicts what they're criticizing. They're hypocrites with vials of poison, ready to pour them down any vesicle or soul that listens to them. And indeed they do. They have given the worst blows to society and still are trying to destroy what's left of our communities. I'm talking about the intelligentsia. They have single-handedly destroyed the family, the poor, the working class, and much of the middle class. They have convinced women and men that sex is not complicated, not spiritual, and it has nothing to do with morality or with responsibility. Men and women can have sex with whomever they want and still be moral. Do you want to see the mess they've caused? Just look at the lives of the poor and the working class. One stupidity after another. Illegitimate children, domestic violence, alcoholism, drug addictions, murders, and no hope for the future. The animal man has been peeled off from the civic man, and hence men and women fuck, eat, and socialize like animals. To them, sex is nothing but a biological necessity like eating, defecating, and drinking. Hence, women have become free agents and well-perceived prostitutes, and men have become Johns extraordinaire who no longer have to pay for sex. Sex in the hands of pimps has no more value than in the hands of liberals. My first teaching is, you are the world. So, I've decided to go ahead, despite my friend's advice, and put up a video. But I'm also doing this because I have kids, and they're going to meet your kids. They're going to marry your kids, and they're going to work with your kids. I don't want my kids to meet zombies who eat their brains, their hearts, and their futures. For example, people that marry and later divorce have married zombies. No one should get divorced, especially if they've had children. The only thing that can prevent kids from becoming zombies are parents. Parents are special people. You men are special, you women are special. When you get married, you must become someone else. Marriage means transformation. People become parents and they think that marriage is nothing but a thing to do just because, and that they should continue to be the silly people they were before the marriage. I saw a YouTube video of people protesting the construction of an oil pipeline running from Canada through Minnesota and ending in Wisconsin. There were workers from the Enbridge company sitting on their trucks waiting for the road to clear, policemen telling the protesters to clear up or risk getting arrested. And of course there were the protesters, and some of them had their children with them. Their children! Why would you bring your children where there's guns and a high possibility of violence? This is contagious hate that you can't help but to participate in. Your will becomes the will of the crowd. You have no business going to a demonstration. True social change doesn't occur on the sidewalk or on a dirt road. Only dummies go to a protest. Only suicidal individuals protest. I don't think people who become parents understand that when they become parents, they become very special people. When you have children, you're no longer of this world. You are truly a garden in the midst of a jungle, an oasis in the midst of a desert. Become a parent selects you, and you better be aware that you're not the same person you were at least 9 months ago, before your child arrived. A man or a woman with children is no longer in the world to be friendly, or to be part of silly groups that most often puts you and your family in harm's way. If you become a father, try to become smarter than you were. A father is not a social warrior. A mother is not a feminist. A father is not a male chauvinist. A mother is not a hashtag whatever. As a parent, you are hated, not liked much. If you are that, then you're doing the right thing. In John 15:18, God says, "As it is, you do not belong to the world, but I have chosen you out of the world. That is why the world hates you." And Winston, the protagonist in 1984, describes the 2 minutes hate. Quote, "The horrible thing about the 2 minutes hate was not that one was obliged to act a part, but that it was impossible to avoid joining in." Within 30 seconds, any pretense was always unnecessary. A hideous ecstasy of fear and vindictiveness, a desire to kill, to torture, to smash faces in with a sledgehammer, seemed to flow through the whole group of people like an electrical current, turning one, even against one's will, into a grimacing, screaming lunatic. And yet the rage that one felt was an abstract, undirected emotion, which could be switched from one object to another like the flame of a blow lamp. End quote. You as a parent have no business being there. You shouldn't sacrifice your kids for trees or panda bears. It's demented, myopic, and neglectful for you to go to protests or social demonstrations. Protests and demonstrations are places imbued with hate and discontent. In the group, the collective zeitgeist is the master of the individuals who make up the group. You can't fight it. Being a parent is an extreme and pressing situation. Parenthood requires you to redefine yourself. When you're a mother or a father, you're no longer of this world, although you are in this world. As a parent, you must defend your children from violence and stupidity. Parents should be liked by the police, liked by the social system, by the school system, but disliked by the priest and the minister, the Boy Scout leader and the bodega boy. Why? Because you should put these people down. You should despise and not trust these people and their institutions. You really don't think priests have a sexual problem? Boy Scouts organizations? Swimming coaches? Gym coaches? You really think they've no sexual interest in their subjects? How many more times must we read that they have abused and sodomized a child? Is your son's bum less important than your stupid religious ideology? Is your daughter's vagina meaningless against the sanctity of the Virgin Mary? Aren't you tired of being stupid? Listen, wise up. If you're sick, poor and hurt, it's because of you. It's your fault that life hasn't been even close to what you want it to be, and thus all you have is resentfulness in your heart. Grab life by its horns and make it yours. Be brave, don't be afraid. Have faith and pick a valuable goal to direct you. And why should you listen to me? Because you'll feel good. Try it.